Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TimeToRole's Campaign 1. This is episode 102. Uh, Today is a little different. We are not live streaming over on Twitch, primarily because of my internet. Unfortunately, this will be the only stream we do not stream live over on Twitch. I think probably ever in this campaign. Maybe, no, we didn't stream live on the first episode ever. But unfortunately, we're going to have to do it now because of Comcast. What can you do? But we are going to be playing the actual campaign tonight. We'll be getting right into that really quickly here. I'm going to go through a little bit of a recap. We won't be going for very long tonight, because we are starting late, but that's fine. So let's get into it, and we'll go from there. Anywho, last we left off, Rat Bastards, you guys were in a dead sprint after Leon, as he was attempting to escape after time stopping you at the mouth of the inner chamber. You made your way into the pool of life, which you soon quickly realized was a open, basically pit into some sort of stomach / mana reservoir for the Elder Kintari that you all have now known to be carrying Arune on its back. After a brief attempt to stop Leon and quick squabble, Leon managed to nearly dunk. Well, if Weaver tried to dunk Leon into the acid, much to his own detriment. But
I did technically dunk him.
Yeah, you
did.
did.
No, he made the save.
He did. Now. Yes, you're also in the little reservoir. However, Leon on his during his turn in combat persuaded a fraction of Uldregos to jump into the pool of life, causing a tremor that echoed through Arune. Within seconds, you felt your feet leaving the ground, and you felt your bodies floating through space as the Elder Kintari begins to fall out of the sky. And that's where we left off. Everybody leveled up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 15?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to do? You are free falling.
Free fall.
Well,
I'm screaming. If you couldn't tell.
I will tell you what's going on around you, though. You see Malleus's eyes wide, not understanding what's happening. You see the king beginning to try to flap his wings, but the gravitational force pulling him down allows him to flap his wings. He rolled low. You see the queen trying desperately to hang on to a tree as she's exhausted herself. You are all mid-air. Aragon is also flying helplessly with Aiko. We'll see what Aiko... I'm going to have Aiko roll a dexterity save. Aiko loses grip of Aragon, is now free falling next to his dragon. Weaver, you are out of the pool, but you now realize there's a different situation.
Yep.
The acid from the pool begins to splash downwards at you and everybody else in the group. However, you guys are free falling. What do you guys want to try to do? I'll allow a round of actions before the impending acid hits some of you.
Oh boy. I have two priorities right now, and I don't know which one is more pressing. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. I'm going to... Can I do a bonus action instead of an action?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and Misty Step
Okay.
to pick up my kind of overcoat.
Okay.
Because that is where I store all of the diamonds for Revivify.
Okay.
And I chucked it before I thought I was going to dump myself into the water.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to Misty Step over here to grab it. And then, yeah, that'll be my bonus action, and I'll put it back on.
So you're flying. So you're flying through the air effectively, falling, as others would call it. And you Misty Step. Does it say you have to? You're any unoccupied space?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, you can do that. So you Misty Step over to your jacket, which is also falling. I'm gonna say, okay, tell me. Are the diamonds in your jacket or in your overcoat? Are they tightened down within a pocket, or are they loosely sitting in a pocket, like an open pocket?
They are in various so how can I describe it? You know the somebody's dying in the background there. You know the meme thing where some dude comes up to you on the street and pulls it around, like pulls his trench coat open, and it's like has watches like all down the side.
Mm-hmm.
I have that, but with like little pockets with little pouches of diamond in them.
Okay, so my question is, are they closed or are they opened?
The pouches are closed. The actual pockets are stuffed but open.
Okay. I'm gonna make the DC pretty high, or pretty low, I should say. Go ahead and roll just a d20, and then add. We'll go whatever your highest, modifier, skill modifier is. So wisdom probably for you.
Yep. Oh boy.
11. The DC was 8.
Okay.
In the brief moments of you starting to free fall, the diamonds do not fall out of the pocket.
Good.
Gravity does not rip them out. Okay.
To put a little bit more clarity behind that, they're in 100 gold piece worth of satchels.
Okay.
And then I have 3 in each pocket, as best I can.
Okay.
So there's probably not a lot of wiggle room in there for them
which is why the DC was so low. Okay. All right. So that's Vivra. That's Weaver's action / bonus action. What's everyone else doing?
Are there any like falling with us? Are there any like trees or something that maybe are near Arval that he could like maybe propel himself off of to try and dodge the water or the acid?
You seeing as you're free falling, so mind you, you're free falling within a chamber. So you're basically just anti-gravity.
Okay.
Is the best way to describe it. You're kind of floating, but you can't maneuver. The air is not light enough for you to float your body over. You're just kind of... You find yourself in a weird, enclosed... It's like a... It's kind of like if you... if you're in an airplane that's falling out of the sky and you're unbuckled. So your body's floating upwards. You're eventually going to hit the ceiling, but because...
But there's nothing... So is the water like moving up with us like a big orb, or
it's effectively a big orb starting to form as it's not water, it's acid.
Yeah, I know
but,
it's acid, but like I'm fairly far from that then.
Yes. So the way ahead is anyone that's within a 15-foot radius from the edge of the pond. So you are just out of it.
Okay, then I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I for some.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just confused.
Elka was blocking my vision for how many spaces you were. But yeah,
She's 3 feet tall. How could she block anything?
It's your token's bright pink. Okay, my brain was not functioning at the moment. So it's just So it would just be Arval, Ori, and the Queen that are not in the range of this. Vivra, Zane, Aiko, and Aragon are all pretty heavily in the splash zone. I would also like to remind you that Leon is willingly giving himself up to the acid. So his body is actively disintegrating within that orb that's starting to move out as gravity continues to rip down.
Close enough that I could. I don't know that it's gonna do anything now. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm not sure if grabbing him out of it would do us any good.
Well, it's better than taking a bunch of acid damage, but we'll go. Arval, you do have the ability to cast spells while you're falling.
I know. I'm trying to think of what I could cast to help the others, but I don't think I have anything. Okay. Well, actually, wait. No, I can't. Fuck.
Are you ready for Thaddeus?
Yeah. While Arval's thinking, Thaddeus, Zane, Elka, anybody that wants to blur out what they want to do.
Looking over mine.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything that I can do.
Okay.
I actually... I could do this. Holy fuck. Alright.
Alright, save that. What does Thaddeus want to do?
Okay, Thaddeus is going to do something you've never seen before.
It's going to take too long. Shit.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Soul Blade. I'm going to pull a dagger from my sheath, and I'm going to throw it at the base of the kind of halfway into a tree. Over. I can't ping.
You just hold right
into
click.
this area right here.
Hold left click, so like over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then I'm going to use the teleportation and teleport to that tree to secure myself.
Okay, so you roll a psionic die, which I believe is a d6. So roll a d6 and times it by 10.
My dice.
I will double check that psionic die though, because I think it's
Whoa.
60 feet. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you. What color is your soul blade? Like, what's the color of your soul?
Hot pink.
Hot pink. You see Thaddeus.
Rainbow.
You see Thaddeus manifest a rainbow dagger made of pure energy in his hand, and just toss it as hard as he can.
Oops.
This way. Now I'm gonna say, given the fact that you are throwing a dagger in effectively an anti-gravity area, I'm gonna say go and roll an attack. So basically, roll your d20 and add your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency. Plus your dex plus proficiency.
Dex is plus 5,
Okay, so 19 plus proficiency.
and then proficiency is plus 5.
Okay, 24. Perfect. Yeah, you successfully stick it into one of the trees over here, and you're able to teleport and grab on. in your haste. So you are secure. Zane, what did you get all excited about?
No, it's not going to work. I don't have time to do it.
Oh, sadness.
Well, I'm debating.
Okay. And is Alka gonna try anything?
I don't know what she could try. Like, I don't think I have time to pull out my rope, make a lasso, and then try and aim for something.
Yeah, I'd say making a lasso would definitely be an action. Well, you're not. You've never really done much not like rope tying. Yeah, it would be. I'd say now if you wanted to make a lasso, and then try to lasso your way out of it the next turn. Mind you, we're constantly going here, so if you not escaping on the first turn may just result in a little bit of damage.
All right, well, I guess I'll try and make a lasso with my hemp rope.
Alrighty. I'm gonna say, let's do a roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier. So, dex check.
I rolled a 2, so 7.
It takes a majority of your 6 seconds to really figure out how it's working. The DC was low for not tying. So you're able to get it done, but it's a lot more difficult floating and flying through the air with an impending ball and orb of acid flying at your face.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you do that, Malleus is going to kind of like fidget with his bag of holding, and he's going to pull out a grapple gun. And he's just going to like look and aim, kind of try to figure out his trajectory and pull the trigger. I'm going to need him to roll a d20. Hey.
Nice.
Yep, so Malleus attempts to reach and grab the king, but cannot do it since he's too far away. And he'll just grapple hook his way over to this tree and grab on next to Thaddeus. And just kind of hang out on this rock and just tree and kind of hold on for dear life. The king will... How far is... He'll notice that you're in the middle of tying a rope next to him, Elka. And he will reach out and say, give me a hand.
I will give him my hand.
And he will dimension door. Let's see here. Since you guys just started falling, it's not that big of a deal. The whole terminal velocity thing won't come into play. He's going to dimension door both of you over there, and then immediately turn around and go to like grab onto his wife's hand as he lets go of you and basically beckons you to grab onto the branch. Aiko is going to attempt to grab onto his dragon that's now free falling with him. You know what? I'm gonna nullify that my actual dice and just roll for him through his sheet because I rolled a natural 1 and I feel really bad. So we're gonna need him to roll a dex save. He's good at these. Surely he's not gonna roll a natural 1. Son of a bitch.
A 3.
The DC. It's 2 whole numbers better than what I rolled on my actual dice. Jesus Christ. This character's just cursed, man. I don't know what else to say about Eiko. 12.
Didn't he have like a bardic inspiration on him?
Does he have inspiration? Holy shit. He does have inspiration from that fight. It's a D10, right, Austin? At your level?
I believe so. That's what I have written down.
Austin, are you muted or are you away?
I was away for a moment, but I just got back. What happened?
What's your inspiration die? Is it 10?
10. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Brother.
Was that a 1?
Yeah, that was a 1.
Excellent.
You have to roll all of Eiko's.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking roll it on the screen because, like, I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it's anything lower than a 10. Or anything lower than a 5, I should say.
I mean, it's gonna be a 2.
It's a 5.
Oh, there we go.
It's a 5. It's a 5. Well, that's fine. Good lord. Okay, yeah, so a 17 will do it. He manages to grab onto Aragon and calm him down. Aragon is going to... Oh, I'm gonna roll for the fucking dragon. We're gonna see how this goes. Plus 5. Hey, the dragon rolled okay. He is going to swoop and start adjusting his wings to glide with the with falling. So he's going to be like going at a continuous downward angle, but gliding enough to try to prevent Eiko from crashing into the top of the fucking chamber, which is about 50 feet up. So you guys have a little bit of clearance. But he's going to use his movies right here. He's going to fly closer to Arval in an attempt to help out. At this point, Zane, is there anything you want to do before I go to Leon and
Yes, I'm gonna use.
That's true.
I have so many things.
Remember, we're just starting to fall.
I
Yes.
know.
Yeah, you've yet to reach terminal velocity. That's yeah.
I'm gonna use my ropes of climbing since they can lash and tie themselves to shit.
Okay. How far is the distance on those?
That honestly, I haven't looked in a hot minute. They do a pretty good
40?
distance. I think
40?
it is 40. 60 foot.
Oh shit.
Okay, so
I'm gonna use it to lash onto the same tree my dad's at, since I've got 4 of them.
okay, roll a do you have proficiency with dex weapons?
No.
Okay. So roll a dex check. D20 plus your dex. DC's pretty low.
Nat 20.
There you go. You're able to expertly guide your rope of climbing and latch onto the tree. And with your movement, I'm going to say because you are floating in the air, it is difficult terrain. You will be able to just climb the rope to where you get about... Well, you're here, so 1, 2... Yeah, right here, next to your dad. So half your movement would be 15.
All right.
So yeah, you're here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Okay, so all of you with quick thinking, you're able to get out of the way. Most of you are able to get out of the way of the blob. However, Eiko is still flying relatively close to the blob. You all see Lee and
I am as well.
Weaver is also close. So I'm going to need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Hey, there you go.
I'll take that.
Son of a bitch, are you kidding me?
God damn it.
He can't catch a break. straight up, Kidris literally can't. I don't get it. That's 2 3s in a row for a dex save. Okay, well, he fails. You succeed. So... oops, sorry, wrong one. You take 13 points of acid damage. Weaver. And Aiko takes 26. God, how mean would it be if all of a sudden Aiko's dead when he gets back from having a freak accident? That'd be mean.
We could just say a chainsaw came floating down in the...
Well, there's a reason why I went and got the, I went and A, ditched my overcoat before jumping in the acid, and B, went and got it rather than get myself to safety.
True. Aragon does take 13 points of acid damage as well because he's close enough. Okay. You all see Leon's body disintegrate and get eaten by the blob of acid. Weavra.
Yep.
Make a perception check.
Oh.
You watch as your former quest giver's body disintegrate, seemingly gone forever. And you, at this moment, believe he's dead. Okay. So, as you begin free-falling, the blob has now sort of like starting to come out of this cavity. Next turn, what do you guys want to do? For Weaver's sake, mostly.
Are you asking what I want to do specifically, or what?
What did Weaver want to do because he's still close to this blob and he's about to get in? Like, the blob is falling and starting to form and like slowly drifting outwards with gravity. So it's slowly starting to want to try to engulf you again, as well as Aiko and Aragon.
Yeah. And are we still in just a single action or bonus action territory?
I say at this point, given that we're not in immediate like reaction phase, I'd say we are now at full turn.
Okay. Then given the description on Thorn Whip, if I were to whip a rock, given the current state of everything, myself being not grounded and the rock being grounded, so to speak,
right?
Could I use that to pull myself 10 feet?
I'd say so. You'd have to make a dex check or an acrobatics check, one of the two.
I will go ahead and do that.
Because you're technically hanging on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I rolled a 25 to hit, so...
Yeah, the hits, for sure. It's just whether or not you actually...
Fuck balls.
Yeah. So, does the vine originate out of your hand, or is it just covered in thorns that lashes out at your command toward the creature in range? So it doesn't quite... For flavor's sake... Yeah, I'm going to say it pulls you not quite 10 feet, but you're able to latch on... Which
Basically,
way?
I'm just trying to get that extra little oomph.
Oof, yeah. So one thing that this do, I will say because you failed, it goes half of what you go half, and then you have to let go of the vine.
Okay.
But
So can I go?
it is taking your momentum now that way as you're effectively in a weird anti-gravity situation. Like the only way you can move is by anchoring yourself to something and pulling yourself towards it,
Right.
or magically make yourself go that way.
It's gonna be right on the cusp, isn't it? I'm going to.
Say, there's a big tree to your right.
Yes. Oh, I'm fully aware. But even though I'm not gonna clear it, I'm gonna go ahead and use my last Misty Step.
Okay.
2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 myself right here. And then I would like to yell, do we need to run? Or where should we be going? There we go. That makes more sense.
Do we need to run? Looks at feet
Well,
under.
yeah.
Looks at feet with hair underneath it.
Yeah. Where do we need to go? Or where can we go? And I'm also directing that mostly to the king.
The king will say, out of this chamber, we need to stop whatever's happening outside.
Where do we go for that?
And he will kind of look down the chamberway and see Ori just kind of like free floating in the air, just at the opening of this chamber. That way, the way we came, or if everyone could get close enough, perhaps I could teleport all of us out.
This one can as well. This one will transport via plants. Here, and I'll point to this tree right here, which I'm going to assume is stable enough and large enough for us to get all through.
It certainly is.
Okay.
There's no limit to transport via plants, is there?
Just 6 seconds.
Okay.
As long as everybody can get there and around.
All right. So, all right. Well, there we go. That. Okay. The king will just nod at you and say, and kind of like look at his wife. Come on, we need to get you. We need to get you up and going. I know you're not feeling great, and he'll cast greater. For his turn on this turn, he will cast Greater Restoration on her to get rid of a point of exhaustion. And he will look at Elka and say, "Start moving towards him. I'll see if I can get your bigger friend."
I'll nod at him.
And he
like rotate.
He's gonna bonus action kind of like pull the queen up, and for her turn and her movement, she's going to kind of like move herself around with you, and he'll look at you and say, "If I don't make it back, please make sure she gets out of here." And he will, for his movement, begin to kind of like figure out flying. Like, you'll see his wings kind of spread out and like start to balance themselves to see if he can manage the flying. We're gonna see if he can. Well, I'm glad he gets advantage on dexterity checks, because I just rolled on my dice. I just rolled a natural 1 and a 19. So he kind of like adjusts his wings to where he begins to fly, and he will see that Echo and Aragon are working to get Arval, and he will kind of yell over to Arval, "Get to the tree, get to your friend." And he'll start flying over towards Ori, who's technically not right here. Ori is about I'd say more like about 10 feet off the map the other way at this point, since he was the last person to run in. So he will fly up to you, Ori, and just say, give me your hand.
Ori lends a hand. His left hand.
He will nod his head. Be prepared to teleport, and that's his turn. He can't do anything else other than that.
Ori clenches his stomach.
Fair enough. Okay, Aiko, on his turn, he's going to swoop down, riding Aragon, and Aragon is going to go and attempt to... at first, he's going to attempt to grab you with his claws. Beep.
Yep.
So we're gonna see.
Is there a way that maybe I can try to assist? Maybe like through acrobatics in any way? Or...
Roll. Yeah, I'd say roll an acrobatics check, just to see if you can really sprawl yourself out. Okay, 14. That's good. I'll give him advantage then. We will go. I'm gonna roll because their dex is the same. I will go ahead and roll his dex. 15. Okay. Wow, he rolled above a 10.
Incredible.
Barely.
He does grab onto you. Well, I guess we should. I'll roll again just to see what happens. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad that I rolled. Yeah. Never mind. Jesus, man. So he successfully grabs onto you, and Aiko will guide Aragon to drag you over to roughly here, and he'll like place you down near Elka. Alrighty, and that's his turn. Was it anybody else want to do anything?
Todd, are you gonna try to get closer to the tree that I referenced?
Yeah. Can I use that same spell again, or is that a one?
I don't know because that's the first time you used it, and I used to. Starting at 9th. How many psionic energy dice do you have?
That's a good question.
Because it's based off of that.
I mean, I've never used it before, so...
Which means you should have plenty left over.
Well, yeah.
Right.
So I would assume. So let me look. Psionic energy die. For Soul Knife rogues. You D6.
Number. So we'll have 10.
Yeah.
Twice his proficiency bonus.
Yep, number twice your proficiency bonus. Okay, so
And
it's
they're-
yeah, gotcha.
And they're actually D10s and they're D6s.
Are they really? Oh, okay. I thought. Oh, they start off as D6s, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, at 11th level they turn to D10, 17th they turn into 12s. Okay. Cool. So you have 10 of them. Yes. So the answer is yes, you could easily do that.
Okay.
You should be using these more.
And before I throw, I'm going to say, is the teleportation a sphere, a circle, a cone, or a box?
It's a door in a tree.
Zane's just gonna be a little bit baffled by that comment and be like, "This is the smartest thing you've said in a while."
And it is also something we've done it before, so you're fairly
Sure,
familiar
yeah.
with. Yeah.
What tree are you aiming at?
That one, give or take.
Roughly where Aiko is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again.
Okay, roll a D10 times 10.
10.
30. Luckily, that's really all you needed there.
That is anything lower, and he wouldn't have been right on it. So
Yeah. Okay, so you throw. Go and roll go and roll a d20 plus your dex plus proficiency. So do a d20 plus 10. 23. You're good. You don't hit Echo by accident. And
Boy, I hit him in the leg.
poof, you're standing right next to him while he's mounted on his dragon. Okay.
Hi, Aiko.
He will look at you in moderate confusion because he's never seen you do that before. And
I'll
then,
explain later.
yeah, it's probably better for the best. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's the end of everybody's. Well, actually, Zane and Malleus, you guys are still within the zone. Do you want to try to climb your way up closer?
Yeah.
Okay. I just need I need either an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice. I'll roll for your dad. That checks out for Malleus.
I'll do acrobatics.
Yeah, it's a flat 10 for Malleus because he's not the most
21.
very nice. You begin climbing right past your dad, no problem. Your dad, however, being the most like regular Joes of regular Joes when it comes to athletic capabilities, is climbing at his own pace, but he does eventually make it to where you guys are both out of the zone.
Real quick, can I? Because I didn't use any. Would that be their movement?
I would say, yeah, that'd be their movement. So yeah, if you did you not use any of your
Could I
movement
have
there?
done that?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, you could have easily done that. 13, you're going to be that's DC was 10. So yeah, you're able to climb. It is difficult and you're struggling to hang on, but you're able to get within range. So
Okay.
now the only people that aren't within climbing distance are the king and Ori. So next turn, you see the orb of water start to spread and cone outwards. And start to like kind of float and spray every which direction, but not enough to really hurt anybody. As you continue falling, or you can feel the gravity. Basically, everyone's hanging onto the side of the trees as the whole world is shifting to the side, like just falling straight out of the air and like starting to fall and roll on its side. It's a giant whale falling out of the sky. You can imagine what would be happening. Okay, so on the next turn, the king will look at you, Ori. You ready?
Yeah.
He will dimension door Ori and himself. Poof. And more like right there. Okay, and he'll look at you, Vibra.
Yep.
Anywhere outside of this chamber, and somewhere on Arune.
Back to the garden where we started, or to the visitors' village.
He'll start to think. Let's go to the visitors' village.
Then I will go ahead and open up a transport via plant to the visitor village.
Okay. I'm gonna say, for the sake of climbing in within the time frame, I'm gonna need everybody to make, because you're still actively following, an athletics check or acrobatics check, whichever one's your best.
17.
I'm gonna roll, but I am not going to go until I know that everybody else is clear.
Okay.
Even though I can only do this once.
21.
21. All right. You're good. The DC is 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, well,
Like, not a very high entry here. I rolled
Let me see.
another fucking 3 for Eiko.
You said it was acrobatics or athletics, right?
Yeah. Dude, I don't. It's. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not gonna question it. This character's cursed.
Can I roll for him next time?
Next time we'll see if the curse continues through you, Mr. Rolls High.
I mean,
You're
Mr.
so
rolls hot.
yeah, like so Nate is like the guy that rolls nothing below a 15, and Squirtle's the guy that rolls nothing above a 5. the duality of D&D players.
You should have seen
right.
the last board game thing at Cody's house. It was pretty funny. We used dice.
Oh my god. Okay, for Aragon's good. Eiko's barely good. The Queen, she rolls with disadvantage because of her exhaustion. She needs to roll.
Does she get advantage based on the fact that I'm holding on to her?
I'd say it's a straight roll then, so I will go ahead and roll in here. She needs to roll a 5 or better. Okay, she's good. So everybody manages to climb. Oh, the king. He needs to roll 2 or better. Good. So everybody piles in to your transport via plans. As you accept, when you go to enter through the tree, you have to physically climb out. Like, it's like you're climbing up onto a ledge. Because the portal that opens is inverted, and when you go through, you are currently looking basically where your feet would have been. Where your feet would have been is basically the side of the wall in the garden. We are now fully inverted as the Kintari is free falling out of the sky at a slower pace than normal. But all of you managed to pop out and stand on this tree, and we're going to switch maps. Boom. You guys are back in Visitor's Lane. As you look about, you see various... best way I could describe it is you see various winged people doing everything they can to help people out. You would recognize these winged people as Allens, flying around, doing everything they can to make sure that the general populace is at the very least safe enough as this begins to fall. The king will look at all of you and say, "We have to find a way to get this thing to stop falling, or all of Arune is doomed. And anything below us is also doomed."
Yeah, any ideas on how we can do that?
I have had my theories about the intake capabilities of the Kintari and magical energy. I didn't think it would be that low, seeing as there's only a fraction of Uldregos. And as he says Uldregos, you hear wing flaps starting to get louder and louder and louder as a giant blue dragon begins to fly above all of you. And it will land, it will kind of like do its best to land in a way that where it's like it's trying to balance its weight on the walls of the houses and the houses itself. Try to keep itself upright. And Uldregos will land and look at all of you and say, "Well, this did not turn out how I expected."
Well, we agree.
In Draconic, I'll say to him, I'm racking up apologies that I owe you. Was hoping to save the fragment, but was unable to do so, and it led to this.
So he managed to sacrifice the quarter of my being. Understood. Well, seems we must save the civilization, or, and he'll look around and then look at you, Zane. Or your home may also be in peril. And you now have the sudden realization that you were flying above Ebrax at this very moment. So, Uldregos will look at all of you and look at the king. King. I say we may need to work together to catch and keep this giant whale from flying out of the sky. Any ideas? Perchance, do you know any spells that anybody know any spells that can make an entire continent float? Anybody? Huh?
I got these, and Mario will hold up his hands.
I like your spirit.
Thanks.
Real quick, while this conversation is going on, since I know I don't have anything that I can add intelligent to it, how does everybody look health-wise?
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
I'm good. Unless you really want to heal.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out if it's worth casting a mass cure wounds or if I should just heal myself.
I mean, how are you looking?
How am I looking?
Yeah,
Not great.
Not great.
you should probably just heal
I'm-
yourself.
Aiko is missing, I'd say, about an eighth of his health, so he's alright.
Okay.
Some of us have health loss from our other campaign. the other
That's a...
dungeon.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I wrote down your HP.
I wrote mine separate for
Okay.
the.
Yeah, I screenshot my character sheet, so I'm back to where I was in the moment.
I forgot to.
Todd, you're at 105.
What?
That's what I had written down. Oh, sorry. 122 is what you're at. I wrote it down on this piece of paper. 105 was an HP thing that I wrote down for the fucking the Minotaur
Yeah, but we
skeleton.
also leveled.
Yeah, no, 122 is what you were at before we went and played Tomb of Horrors. Just because you leveled doesn't mean you get max HP. You just add HP to your total.
No, I
amount.
just
What's up?
Okay.
Then? Alright. Okay. So anyways,
In that case, if everybody else is relatively okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cure wounds myself at 4.
okay. Go ahead and roll those dice.
Okay, I'll take 28. I am no longer bloodied.
Okay. The Uldregos will look at all of you. The Red Worm took off once he realized the peril that he was in. But he's a problem for another day. Majority of the devils and demons have either fled or been killed. The whereabouts of any of your other friends fighting on the battlefield is unknown. And he will kind of like inspect himself. I certainly cannot stop a creature this size from falling out of the sky on my own. However, if you could find my benefactor, the one who I work with the closest, perhaps we could do something. And he will look at all of you, expecting you to know who he's talking about.
Hell, if nobody else chimes up, I will just go ahead and straight up ask him. It may be the stress great one, but I cannot remember who I do not know who you might be speaking of.
Understandable. I speak of Orion Gelazil. One's the one that you may remember as the Blue Dragoon. Do you know his whereabouts?
I'm blanking, both as a player and as a character.
I don't know where he would be, actually. Or where the female one is.
Remember the blue Dragoon guy that attacked?
Right.
Yes, him.
Wasn't there him and a woman?
Yes.
I know where the woman is.
The
Is that
green
when
he
we were
get away?
crossing?
the Green Dragoon is actively being interrogated in Artemis.
Oh my god, I remembered something. I just got the wrong dragoon. Look at me. I was like, I'm pretty sure we have them in custody, right? Okay, wrong one, but
Are any of you capable of seeking out the location of Orion? Whether it be with a scrying spell or perhaps maybe a sending spell.
This one can scry.
Unfortunately, I don't believe that we're going to have much time. Hop on my back. It'll give you an even footing.
It's casting time at 10 minutes, though.
Is that not? Is that for?
For just straight up scry.
Really? Is it 10 minutes? Damn.
Yeah.
I'm not trusted with sending stones.
Yeah.
Would the king happen to have sending?
Does he have something prepared? Hold on. He has it available to him. I don't know if it's prepared though.
Would any of us have knowledge of somebody that might have a sending stone?
Well, the sending stones are different than the sending spell. Sending stones go directly to another sending stone, not to.
Yeah.
You can't use it to send to someone unless they have that stone. None of you have sending?
Nope. I don't even have it available. I
message.
don't think any of us.
Yeah, message is the up close version of that.
I know.
Oh, I cross character. I forgot to tell you, I have it. Yeah. And Thaddeus takes 100 points of damage.
A demon falls out of the sky and crushes Thaddeus, who's dead. Anyways, he actually does have it.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think the only one of us that has access to it might be Beep.
I do not have sending. All I have is
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the king does have it available to him. I prepared it for him. Okay. He will look at you. I can certainly try. I don't know who this is. I've never seen him nor spoken to him. Perhaps we get on the dragon's back.
What about all your people?
Well, if he's the only one that can help, we must figure it out. I have, and you see him kind of like his eyes kind of blinking really hard, like trying to compute and trying to figure out what to do.
Out of curiosity, is the Kintari dead?
Uldregos, look at you. The Elder Kintari is not dead. He just seems to have overeaten. In other words, he's asleep.
Has he ever slept before?
Kintari only sleep when they've had their fill. Generally, they rest for over a millennia once they absorb the mana or the arcane energy of a world. This one was tricked into carrying a civilization on its back for mere scraps of pure arcane energy. And he'll look at the king. Our ancestors are to be blamed for that. I suppose if we could attempt to wake up the beast, he may recorrect himself. But that may be a fool's errand. And then he kind of looks over all of you. For now, it would be best to get on my back. If you're on this creature, when it hits the ground below, you will surely die.
Yep, I don't have to tell me twice. I will hop on his back.
As you guys are hopping on the back of the Kintari, or of Uldregos, you see three figures start to float in towards you guys, seeing the dragon and the commotion. And you recognize these three figures. It is Ophelia, Archer, and Alan. Did I just cut out?
I'm going.
No,
Okay.
Elka is going to see Archer and yell out, "Where's Elkis?"
He will kind of look side to side. He's helping people. He insisted he'd stay behind and try to save as many people as he can. What's happening?
Your country fell asleep on us.
Archer just kind of like looks at you like with the most like, bitch, what'd you just say? Look and it. I'm gonna go get my husband. He goes to turn tail and run, and Uldregos just speaks up. You fool. If you go back, you'll surely die. And Archer will kind of look back behind him. Well, I guess I will die with the one I love.
They're flying, right?
Well, yeah, Archer's flying in the air with his wings, and Alan and Ophelia are using the fly spell. Yeah.
Elka's gonna reach her hand out to her uncle and say, "Take me with you. I'm helping."
He'll look at you with a very soft look on his face. I got this. And if things go wrong, that's just where our story was meant to end. But
He's gonna
You're-
keep yelling at him
your,
to
sto-
take.
your story isn't
take
meant to
her.
end here, little one. You know that.
I'm gonna grab Elka on the top of the head, just like, sorry, and I'm gonna drag you with.
and he's going to fly at Mach fuck back towards wherever Alcus is.
I'm gonna scream some expletives at him and also at Zane.
Orphelia will land and kind of look at both of you. Well, if I know any two better than them, they've gone through some really shitty situations in their past. I wouldn't count them out just yet. All right?
Not them I'm worried about. It's the rest of the family.
Trust the process, kiddo.
Fucking call me a kid.
Yeah, because you're acting like one.
I'm gonna
You gotta
punch
get
him really hard.
Roll for an attack.
What do I add for punching?
Strength modifier.
Strength, yeah.
You're a fighter.
All right. Well, I rolled an 18, which I believe is now a crit. I'm pretty sure.
What's your
got
hold
that.
on.
At level 15.
Yes, it is a crit.
Yes.
However, what is your modifier? So it's
My strength?
Strength plus proficiency.
Another 14.
So what is you said it was, so what's the total?
I had so 14 plus the 18, so 32.
Does 32 hit you, Zane?
Yeah.
Okay, roll
I can make it so it can't.
Come on. Give me this. What do I roll?
I believe for only monks is D6, so D4.
Oh, okay. But then it's doubled because I'm
Yes.
crit.
Because you're angry bunny.
I rolled a 1.
Zane, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as Elka punches you as physically hard as she can. And you think she probably did more damage to her fist when her fist kind of folded into your armor a little bit as it recorrects and rebends itself out.
I'm just gonna kind of sigh a little and be like, I'm sorry, but we're going.
Uldregos will look at everybody. I'm leaving now. Get on or be left behind.
I'm climbing on while holding Elka, so.
Okay. Queen and the king will both hop on. Alan will look at all of you. Well, I'm glad you're all right. What about my parents? Did you see my mother?
She was left in the inner sanctum.
Well, I'm sure she'll be all right. And I haven't seen my father at all, so hopefully he's still kicking, helping people. He's incinerated, by the way.
I know.
If you remember.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
Saint's got his helmet on, but inside the helmet there is a frown happening.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to roll insight for Alan.
I mean, I can. He's kind of a derp. Except he rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
When he sees the immediate, attempt to kind of, hide emotions, is that kind of what you're going for?
Yeah.
He'll kind of look at all of you and... Understood. And he'll kind of just take a nice, deep, long breath. Well, let's go.
I pat him on the shoulder and be like, I'm sorry.
And Everybody will get on the dragon, and Uldregos will take off. As he takes off, you all see the devastation that something like this has created. You see a once beautiful, nature-born city turned into a flooded mess as all of the waterways have begun to flood and erode away a lot of the naturally created houses that are in this city. You see farmland washed away by immediate waterfalls. You see the Lake of Life begin to pour out, which just is water, by the way. The Lake of Life is water, not acid. Luckily. That would be fucked up if it was acid. Damn, I should have done that.
Yeesh.
I'm not that cruel. But anyways, so you guys begin to fly outwards, and the king will kind of like look at all of you. I can't use sending unless I know what he looks like. Perhaps one of you can provide like some sort of illusion, perhaps some sort of visage.
This one does not have that ability.
Neither do I.
And he'll kind of look over to you, the bard.
Yeah, I'm checking. Hold on. I don't remember if I do or not because
Minor illusion
Hardly
would work. Minor illusion would work if you have it.
Yeah, I don't.
Could I do it with my deck of illusions?
I'm gonna say yes. Let me pull out the deck because there are 5 cards within the deck of illusions that allows you to pick the illusion.
That's why I wanted to make sure.
I need to actually find my deck. Where did it go? Oh, it's down here. Oh, there it is.
Actually, I will be right back again, but it
Okay.
won't be for as long, so I'm not gonna switch to my phone Discord.
Okay. Okay. So you pull out your deck of cards. By the way, there is no limit to how many you can draw.
I'm just gonna start drawing until it creates the illusion I want of this man that we've met before.
For the sake of me being able to finally use this deck. All right, let me.
I've used it before. It's been a minute.
It's been a while since we've used it, so let me. Okay, first card you pull, a little goblin shoots out of the card.
It's Alara.
Sure. Second card you pull is
Cheese, I want cheese.
is a dragon hatchling illusion that dissipates. Third card you pull, there it is. Only took three draws. You pull out the card and immediately it turns. You will it to turn into a visage of the Blue Dragoon, and as soon as the king sees it, gets kind of a good look at him, and then he will cast Sending. You'll hear him say, "Hello. Hello, Mr. Lae'zel. We don't have time for introductions, but your friend Uldregos is in need of your help. He's using my ability to contact you. so that way he can hope you will render aid. We are in Arune, above the skies of Ebrex. I think it's exactly 25 words. It'll take a second. Hi, this is what he'll hear back. Hi, person, I don't know who this is. If Uldregos needs help, I can be there. I can be there in a second. Didn't realize he was in peril. One moment. And you will see a scale of Uldregos kind of like start to vibrate off of his back. And it will pop off. And as it pops off, you see a man dressed in blue step through, not wearing his armor. He's a tall...
Is he hot?
Getting there. He's a tall, elvish man, about 9 feet tall.
Damn.
Very large elf. His neck is elongated, where you would expect an elf to be more human shaped. His neck is slightly longer than normal. His arms longer than normal. His face, very handsome man, long white flowing hair, has a darker silver chin strap beard, with a goatee and a sideburns attaching to his beard. He will the clothing he's wearing is blue silk clothing. Looks very elegant and noble in nature. He will show up with glaive in hand, and as he steps through, he immediately holds his glaive up to you, Zane. This is a trap. Why are you people here? Why are you on my dragon?
We need help to stop this giant country
And then
from falling and
he
crushing
will
another country.
he will look and kind of take a peek over Uldregos. That's the fairy country. Wait, and he'll point at the king. I've seen pictures of you. Yes.
I'll step in between, and in Draconic say, we've come to an understanding with Uldregos. I'll smile and say, this one especially, or I especially owe him several apologies, but those will have to wait until we are safe here. He requested your help.
I get that. Why would you help the dragon that's responsible for destroying your capital city?
We fucked up. He's helping us.
Wait, what? I'm so I'm.
Doesn't matter now.
Uldregos will then chime in Draconic. Orion. These people have agreed to help me. Specifically atone for my mistakes in the past. If I can save this civilization and the one below, then perhaps it will make up for the death and destruction both of us were tricked into doing. I am of the belief that the betrayer that betrayed us is responsible for what is happening here within this country. And the Orion will kind of look confused.
We were betrayed by potentially the same person.
And he will kind of look confused and take a deep breath. We can discuss this after the fact. Okay, Uldregos, what do we got to do? And then Uldregos will switch to common. We are going to hoist this Kintari up in the air, but I cannot do this alone, and I cannot do it forever. With our current strength combined, we can keep the Kintari afloat for at least 15 minutes, if maybe 20. In that time, I hope that the rest of you will do everything you can to wake up the sleeping beast. For if you don't, by my calculations, every person in and around Arune, once it crashes to the earth, will die. And he will kind of like begin to like slowly fly closer and closer and closer to where he can veer around. As of right now, Arune will be crashing into the eastern coast of Ibrax. We'll be lucky if we crash into the Arawaz Sea. But the crash alone into the ocean will kill and drown every fairy and fey being on this mortal coil. It will also cause tsunamis that will undoubtedly sink at least half of the country of Ibrax. Your task, and he will kind of like a weird reverberation of like electrical energy starts to bellow on his back where you guys are standing as he says this. Your task is simple. Make this floating bastard wake up. Easy enough.
Could be.
It better. And as he begins to fly down, he says, in Draconic, hold on. For those that don't speak Draconic, you just immediately feel a plummeting sensation as he dives downwards. And as he dives downwards, for the first time, any of you have ever really seen what a Kintari looks like. The mystical fog and cloud that generally surrounds Arune and makes it invisible from the ground is now lifted. You see a pale white whale, larger than you've ever seen any creature before. It has large blue streaking channels of arcane energy that run down at the sides of its bodies, and they are pulsing bright pale blue lights. You see coming off the belly of this giant a group of various tendrils that seem to reach out, and normally I'd say you could probably tell this is what normally keeps it afloat somehow. They're like almost like some sort of floating membrane that helps this creature propel itself and ride along the ley lines of the world. As you look at its face and it plummeting through the clouds from high up, it's at a slow descent. You bet it's probably, the whale itself is probably falling at about maybe 5 feet a second. However, when you look at its face, its eyes are shut. And it's very clearly, every inhale, you see a pulse of arcane energy go through the visible veins along its side. It is, in a weird way, sort of snoring. It's not making any noises as it does it. But, well, except for one person can hear a low, vibrating grumble. And that's you, Libra. You hear almost like it sounds alien. It's like a warbling, grumbling, like deep, dark, warbling sound. It's like almost like a slow, like, have you ever put like a phone up to your ear whenever it's playing really, really low hertz, like vibration? And if you could like feel the pulse waves of sound, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It's very oddly melodic as you listen closer and closer. But Uldregos will tuck in his wings and dive quickly towards the face of Uldregos, or not Uldregos, towards the Kintari. He will then say, "All of you must disembark from my back and stand upon the side of the beast. He should be large enough to where he'll have plenty of surface space for you to stand. Do what you can to wake him up. I've heard in old tales that Kintari will only wake up only if they find a source of arcane energy that's greater than the one that they just consumed. They're gluttons by nature, one could say. There's a reason they are called world eaters." And so Uldregos will fly and kind of like make his back like line up with what looks to be the giant eyeball, an eyelid of this creature. As you fly closer and closer, you realize Uldregos, being how large he is, being a Great Wyrm, he pales in comparison to the absolute size of this creature. This is a creature that stretches miles and miles and miles long and miles wide. As you step off onto the eyeball of this or the eye, more of like an eyelid of this creature, you could have said that. Just saying. But you land on the side of this creature, and as you land, you feel Uldregos let out a mighty roar as he flies down and begins to course correct the falling of this creature. You feel an immediate tremor as your feet land, as Uldregos stops and then begins to beat his wings upwards to stop the creature from falling. Thaddeus, as you step off, you begin to draw your bow and use your Dispel Magic
Oh my god!
on this creature. So go ahead and roll. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's a natural 1. The AC of this creature is significantly higher than that, although it's not hard to hit. In
the name of the Sterling family.
You shoot the bow, and the arrow just kind of like haphazardly shoots off, like it like kind of like launches slowly off the bow, and then the wind takes it and flies the arrow away, hitting some poor pedestrian down below. Okay.
Wow.
So you guys are standing on the side of this creature. I don't have. Unfortunately, they don't have maps for the side of a giant whale's face. So we're gonna use our theater of mind here. The eyeball stretches hundreds of feet to the top. You are basically staring at a rock wall that is a giant rock wall that is this eyelid. What do you guys want to do?
You said we're near its eye, right?
Yep, you're right by its eye. You're literally standing on what could be considered like its bottom eyelid.
Well, anybody have any ideas how to wake a giant space whale?
Poke it in its eye.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my shadow spear and stab.
Roll
The
roll the hit.
Let's see what we got. My 18.
All right. Let me double check. It's
Just for the record, that weapon that I have was supposed to go to Aiko.
Yep.
nice. Okay, yeah, you with an 18, you do hit it. Is a pretty large creature. So go and roll damage.
So 1d6. Hold on, I gotta look at what this is again. 1d6 plus 8. Plus 1d6%. Okay. D6 plus my modifier. Doing the math. 6. Well, one of those dice was decent. 12 damage.
Okay. Uh, 12 damage to its eye. It's like stabbing a hill of dirt with a spear. Like nothing happens.
That doesn't work.
Harder?
I don't think that's going to work.
Just for
Can I
shits and
magic
giggles.
missile it?
You're gonna try to what?
Magic missile?
Sure. Go and roll damage.
Um,
What's the shits and giggles?
Oh, I was gonna kneel down and cast Greater Restoration.
Oh yeah, do that
Oh.
first.
At what level?
5th.
5th level. Roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier. So your wisdom. You go to cast Greater Restoration and you feel the eye kind of like shake a little bit as you cast it. Not quite enough to wake it up. However, you do get the sense that casting Greater Restoration directly to a body part of it might grant, if cast enough at a high enough level, might grant you what you want eventually. However, given your knowledge of the spell and your knowledge of the arcane arts when it comes to druidism, you would know you'd be here for a while. Longer than you have.
Yeah. Especially considering that was literally my highest level spell slot that I still have.
My dad is still with us, yeah?
What's that?
What's that?
My dad is still with us, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand him 2 teleportation scrolls and be like, use these. Go fire the biggest shit we got at it.
Your fucking Malleus looks at you, smiles, and says, "Brace for impact." And he will open up a teleportation scroll and teleports probably down somewhere below you. And before he teleports, he just kind of like taps the sending stone that he has with you. Insane.
Yeah.
Basically, don't forget to use the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Okay, magic missile. You still want to try that? Okay.
No, I'll wait for see what Malleus does.
Okay.
That might take a second.
It's gonna take
Where he
a.
teleported to.
Yeah, I'll say it's gonna take a second. I don't know if you guys noticed. Wait, actually, you guys can't tell because we don't have a stream up. I have a timer going on right now. BT Dubs.
Oh,
Christ.
that's not helpful at all.
Yep.
In that case, I will.
You guys have 15
Ellen.
minutes left. You're fine.
Ellen came with us, right?
Yeah.
I will hand Alan a packet of diamond dust and say, do you have a more powerful spell available for greater restoration?
Well, I could cast it at the highest level. See what that does.
This one got some response at 5th.
He reaches out. What a magnificent creature. And he will touch it and cast Greater Restoration at 9th level. As he casts it, you feel a tremor go through. However, it does not wake up. You get the sense, and Alan gets the sense, and you both get the sense at the same time that this is a method for waking this thing up, but even with the amount of spell slots he has, you don't know if he can do it in time.
Okay.
Yeah, it becomes he kind of like looks at you like, this might be a waste of resources.
This one thinks you are correct.
Orphelia kind of like looks. I mean, I can try casting some sort of like awakening spell on it, but I don't know if that's going to work on giant celestial beings.
Better than nothing.
I'm going to need...
Anybody have a morph spell that we could change it into the shape of an eagle?
What would that do to all the people on his back?
Not
a
good
large
thing,
eagle. It would give it wings that could fly.
but it'd still be a.
It could glide.
Right now, it's currently being stopped in midair by a dragon. So you're not You're actively not falling right now. It's kind of floating in the air.
To be fair, we don't have a lot of time to figure that part out, though.
Correct.
Right.
We just have to wake it up.
Yes. Do you have anything you can do, Thaddeus?
I mean, poke the fuck out of it. I could try
I
to
don't
shoot it with
have
this
power.
bow again and dispel
If
any
you think it would
magic.
help.
I'm gonna take another shot with the bow.
Go for it. Roll the hit.
If I roll another one, I'm just gonna throw the bow away.
19, that hits. Using your Dispel Magic spell with your... so you're going to use a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. It is ineffective. However, as you... well, go and roll damage, because that is a hit. Seven. Okay. Every
Oh, do I get sneak attack because it's?
Mm,
It is sleeping.
it is sleeping, but it's a this creature's larger than large. Like
It's still sneaky. It doesn't know I'm on its eyelid.
I'm gonna. My gut feeling says I don't think you could sneak attack a celestial creature this large, but I will roll for it because this is D&D. High or low, Todd?
Hey, let's go with A. Go low.
Oh, 1d20. If it's low, it works. That's a natural 20.
Fuck.
Sorry. Okay. Doesn't look like the dispel magic has any effect. At this point, Zane, you hear, "Hey, brace for impact." As you hear, and 3 volleys of this magical bursting energy slams into the side of the face of the Kintari, doing. We'll go ahead and roll. We'll actually need to roll. See if they rolled a hit. We'll roll those real quick. Hits, and hits. Roll. This is the total amount of damage.
Oh my.
It's 10d10 per shot. 139. Okay. As it slams in, as they slam into the Kintari, you don't see any visible like bloody damage, but you do immediately feel a tremor and like a flinch from the creature. That hurt really bad. Malleus will kind of radio up. Any effect?
It's not awake yet.
Brace
I definitely got it moving.
It's gonna take about a minute to reload. They're effectively launching nukes at this thing, by the way. Just to give you the like magical nukes. Okay. Orphelia has been slow. It takes a minute for prep time and casting time for her awakening spell. As those hit, she kind of like braces herself. All right, well, I guess it's gonna have to try, and she will cast Ebenezer's Awaken. 8th level spell. Needs to roll a Wisdom saving throw. With a DC of 24. 1d20 plus 10. It succeeds. Her awakening spell fails, although she will look at all of you and say, "That might be our best bet, to be honest. I think it could work if he wasn't so damn resilient."
Try it again.
So she will begin trying to cast it again. At this point, you hear incoming. 5 volleys. First one hits. Second one hits. Third one, natural 20.
Oh, there you go.
Fourth one hits. Fifth one, natural 20. So that will be, we'll go and roll 3d10. Roll 3d10. For that one? Oh, not 3. Oops. Ignore that one. 30 d10. Maybe. Okay, 196 points of damage
Damn.
on the first 3, and then the
Damn,
2.
look at all those 10s.
Holy shit! Yeah, what the? Okay. Okay, and then 20d10 doubled. Roll 20 anytime now. Obviously, this won't affect your timing because of the 124 times 2 is 48. Now, as they slam into the side of this Kintari, it wobbles a little bit and just kind of like lets out a very large grunt. You see its eye flutter slightly open and then slam shut again because it is still asleep. I do have a number of damage when it wakes up. We're getting close. I can't believe.
Radio back. It's starting to work. If you can fire again.
I got him loading 10 this time. It's gonna take a little longer though.
I'm gonna stab it with my rapier if I have a chance.
Sure, go for it. Yeah, you have free actions of movement here, guys. Like if you guys wanna, Aiko's gonna have Aragon blast it with a lightning breath.
I'm just gonna start wailing into its eyelid.
I'm gonna load. Where the fuck is Ori? Ori should be beating this shit.
I'll do a
That
psychic
with my
lance at
rapier.
level. What level can I do that? I'll do a psychic lance at level 7.
Nate, are you here?
So you'll have to roll an intelligence
Hmm?
throw
Don't you have to know-
for it.
Don't you have to know its
Intelligence
name for a psychic glance?
No.
No, all you have to do is see it.
Okay, what's the DC?
Here's the problem though, Austin. It'll incap it though.
Hmm. That is true. Never mind. I don't do that.
It's a nice spell, don't get me wrong, but maybe not in this case.
Yeah, that might be a good point.
Encapping a flying whale might not be a great idea. Just becomes fucking dead weight for Uldregos down there.
Shit, what can I do?
Yeah, I am pretty close to tapped. I'm down to like the 3. I usually like to keep 3 slots at least somewhat available. I can maybe dump 1 more.
Well, I did 37 points of damage.
Okay. Zane, make a history check real quick.
Okay. 15.
That was the DC. In your panicked notion, the words of Uldregos echo through your head. The only way Kintari will willingly wake up is if it finds a magical source greater than the one it just feasted on.
Oh. I've got this. I'm gonna pocket Kraken.
I'm glad you catch on so fast. Yes. So you're gonna turn the bag inside out.
Yep.
Okay then.
Incoming. I'm gonna say as I open it.
A creature that pales in the size of of both Uldregos and why am I blanking on the Kintari? As the Kraken flies out, you hear, "Finally!"
Hello.
And it will flop out, and immediately tentacles grab onto the side of the Kintari. Its face is High or low, Zane?
Hi.
Cool. Its face is looking right at you. You!
I did nothing.
You trapped me for months!
You tried killing us, asshole.
That was my duty.
Well, my duty was to kick your ass, and we did it, so...
It's going to use, its breath weapon on you. Roll dex save. You specifically, Zane.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, that is a success. You take... half of... So, 21 points of force damage. As he just blasts right into you. As he blasts into you, you see the eyelid of the Kintari. With all the magical energy floating around now, getting blasted by these magical cannons. With Uldregos on its underbelly, a Great Wyrm. And now a demigod clinging to the side of its face. You will see its eyelid start to tremble open. For the sake of this, I'd like everybody to roll a d20 for me, and this will be a group decision-making roll. And I will go ahead and roll for...
a flat 10. Alright.
17.
17. 18 for Aiko. And Austin. Let me get that.
Oof.
But I'll do it as Gilgamesh, the Kraken, the Son of the Sea, and the Vault Guard launches its breath attack. You see a tendril from the underbelly of the Kintari reach out and grab onto Gilgamesh, and immediately you hear him say, "What the fuck? What is this? Wait, is this a... What did you drag me into?
Just your worst nightmare, buddy. Time to die.
Put me back in the bag."
Not
It's
a
time
chance.
for you to turn into calamari.
Strength saving throw for Gilgamesh. I just realized what his strength is, so we'll see how this goes. All right. The DC was 30 for him.
Oof.
You see his tentacles start to elongate and stretch as this tendril grabs on and rips him off. Some of his tentacles separating from his body because of the strength of the Kintari. You see the eyeball of this beast start to open up, and as it opens up, it sends shockwaves on your feet, and all of you have to make a dexterity saving throw to not fall off the ledge.
Do that one.
As its eye opens, you guys have exactly a single minute left until Uldregos was giving up. Wow.
Is 17 a fail or success?
17 is a failure.
Okay, I'm indomitable that.
Okay.
Is a 19 a success or a failure?
19 is a success. The DC is 19. Or sorry, 18. Sorry, 18.
Oh, thanks, fuck.
And Aiko rolled high for once in his life. Let's go!
Huzzah!
For his dragon. His dragon works, keeps his feet too.
22.
22. You're good. And then that's all of you. Okay. As it begins to shake, you hear in your sending stone, incoming.
Uh-oh.
10 volleys of energy blasts come flying in, and as Gilgamesh is getting ripped down towards the belly of this beast, you see one of the blasts direct hit that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, having a bad day.
On his way down. The other 9 blast into the Elder Kintari. I will go ahead and roll. At this point, the Kintari wakes up, and you feel its body recorrect itself. A haze starts to form around all of you. Let's see here. Let's go and roll these D10s real quick. This one's for Gilgamesh. We'll see if that's a natural 20. That's a hit though. 42 points of damage just slam right into him as he's getting dragged down. Uldregos, you see him start to lift up and fly near you. Orion jumps off onto the eyelid that you guys are standing on, and as he jumps off, you see the eyeball, larger than anything you've ever seen, opens up. And as it opens up completely, you all brace yourself. Orion is fine. Be funny if he fell off. He braces himself. Yeah, the king and good. Alan barely braces himself. Good. Have to remember that you have a few NPCs with you. Queen barely succeeds as well. Jesus. The 9 other volleys slam in to the Kintari. This is gonna be a lot of dice. I don't know. We'll see how long this takes to roll. Look at all those. Look at all those ones.
Yeah.
$416 points. Yeah. 416 points of damage. Still not enough to even really dent this thing. They all volley into the face and side of the Kintari. Now the creature fully awake, bypassing the HP tally that you guys had to hit to wake it up. In a swift, in one swift motion, Gilgamesh is consumed by the Kintari. You see his eyes open, and then immediately in what is perceived as a rage, his eyeball, his pupil, shifts down to you, standing on his eyelid. All of you feel a warbling vibration coming from this creature. A voice comes through your sending stone, Zane. Big Ugly, stop falling. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good for right now.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here just in case things go sideways.
That's fine.
And after the eyeball of the Kintari looks at you, you see 3 more going along the ridge of its mouth. Open up. It has 4 eyes on each side of its face.
Wait.
The one that you're standing on looks directly at you. The other 3, you can tell their gaze is looking in every which direction, one of which is looking directly down at Ebrax below. The king, Dryas, will look at the Kintari and in its eyeball and say, "You've had your fill. Now do your job and stay afloat." And he is going to cast Domination on the Kintari. Kintari needs to roll. Well, DC is 25. The Kintari needs to roll a 18 or better to beat it. The king casts Domination on the Kintari. It fights it at first, attempting to shield its mind from the mind control that is capable of a Archfey. But ultimately it is not enough, as the creature's anger is soothed. And you feel your body kind of correct itself as you are now flying stably through the air, smoothly and without peril. Uldregos looks at all of you and says, "It would be best for us to see the damage above." And Orion kind of looks at Uldregos. "Am I needed here anymore, or can I go back home?" "You should stay, I believe. Conversation should be had between all of you." Fine. And he'll hop on Uldregos and look at all of you. "Your ride's gonna leave if you don't get on."
I'm hopping on.
This one was waiting for the
Yeah.
invitation.
Arval's getting on too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Thaddeus jumps on.
Okay. As all of you jump on and begin to fly away, you see Gilgamesh desperately fighting at the underbelly of this beast. You notice that the tendrils itself, a Kintari, it's a weird sensation for you to see. Kintari don't eat with mouths in like a general, like what you would think of where a whale's mouth would be. There is no apparent mouth, but as you look on its belly, you see a pit in its stomach where the tendrils are folded underneath that you assumed would keep it floating, which they do to some way. But they are actively wrapping around, hundreds of tendrils wrapping around Gilgamesh as it's literally shoveling his body into its stomach.
Yeesh.
It is not a very pleasant way to go. You witness this, but you continue flying upwards. You fly. It takes about a minute to fully ascend to the ground level of Arune. As the capital city begins to come into view, you notice damage beyond repair, from water rushing and destroying homes to, unfortunately, some bodies of Fae sitting within the ditches of these now empty riverbeds. You begin to make a landing, and as you land, you immediately feel an intense migraine-like sensation, every single one of you. You hear in your head, Well, that was a failure. At least I know its limits. Measly fraction of a Great Wyrm to make that poor Kintari fall asleep. I'll be seeing you around, rat bastards, whether it be in near or distant future. Toodaloo. As the voice of Leon fades out of your brain, you land, and standing where you land in the visitors lane housing that is now mostly, the walls are mostly destroyed due to, well, a dragon landing on them, and other, being right next to a river and whatnot, and a bayou. You land and you see two familiar figures standing next to the tree that you all teleported to. One of them looking a lot more rough than the other. But as you land, Elkis and Archer both look at you, all three, or all of you. Mostly you, Elka, though. With a very tender stares and love. As you get closer, you do notice a somber look on Elkis's face. He will look at all of you and say, I assume you're the ones that are responsible, and that King Dryas will step off with the queen. My king. He will kind of put his hand up. Now's not the time for formalities, Elkis. The time for formalities will be after. Now, it's a time for unity and strength. Do you have any idea how bad it is? The mortality rate, anything? Can you give me any sort of good news? And Elkis will kind of look at the king and say, it's too early to tell, sir. We're still counting, and we're still trying to figure out who's missing. But from my estimations, it's not good. And he'll kind of nod. I will head to my tower. See what I can do there. As for all of you, and he will look at all of you. Thanks doesn't cover it, and I'm sure there will be more ahead. For now, and he'll kind of wave his hand, and you'll see rocks start to fly up and your walls will begin to repair themselves. The house will begin to, the water damage and the cracks in the side of the walls will be mended as he does this incantation. For now, rest, help look, hug your loved ones, check on your loved ones. For now, it seems we've averted disaster. Zane, and he'll look at you.
Yes.
Seeing as we're floating above your country, do you believe your father can bring an emissary up here to speak with me?
That'd usually be me in this case.
Someone on the ground in Ebrax would be preferable.
I'm sure he can get somebody up here, if not himself, so...
Very good. And look to speak with them. I should also check on my... So I should check on their graves, as he says quietly and walks away. As all of you begin to look out into the general area, you do see bodies kind of just laying about. Women, men, children. You see guards that were clearly trying to do everything they can to help. Majority of the dead you see, though, are those of Fey descent that do not have wings. So your furbolgs, your herringons. And Elka.
Yeah, I'm gonna be frantically looking around to see if there's anyone.
You do see a familiar face just outside your door, or just outside your gate. You look out quickly, and the bodies of your brother, Pavin, and his fiancée, Celeste, are hugging each other, seemingly they are on their way to see if you guys were at Visitor's Lane. And when the incident happened, they seem to have slammed into a tree and died.
How long has it been since it started, since it happened to now?
About an hour. All this destruction happened within an hour, if not probably the first 5 minutes of falling.
There's no bringing them back.
Not today. There is a resurrection spell that would bring them back in a different body.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not using it, but I'm throwing it out there.
Resurrection does not bring them back in a different body, it looks like. That would be...
Reincarnation is what does that.
Reincarnation, yeah.
Actually, yeah, that would work. It would take you an hour. You would need 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds. And I believe it's... Especially has been dead for no more than a century, so technically you could probably... You have the capability of bringing them back as long as you have 2,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
I have 1 diamond.
That's
what I got ages ago.
I will... I will... If you have... Oh no, you only have 1 7th level spell slot. But
and my
I will...
8th level is already used up, so I'd have to take a rest.
Alan will walk up and look at all of you.
I will reach into my pockets and dump 1,000 10 packets of 100 gold dust.
We're gonna need 2,000.
I know, but he only has the 1 spell slot now.
I have 1. Yeah, I have only 1 spell slot and only 1 diamond.
Alan will walk up. He doesn't have anything capable of bringing them back right now, not today. And unfortunately bodies do decompose pretty quickly, especially in humid areas such as a swamp. So he will, knowing this, he will walk up and, without realizing what you guys are doing, and he will touch both of them and cast Gentle Repose on both of them, preserving their bodies.
Well, I mean, I have the 7th level spell slot, and I never used my 7th level spell. I could just resurrect one of them right now.
If you want to do that, you can. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna go up to Elka and be like, I imagine you want your brother back first, right?
I think he would kill me if I didn't resurrect his betrothed first.
And this one believes that did she not have healing magics as well? Perhaps she has resurrection or some sort of revival magic.
Potentially, but coming back would be a difficult thing for her. The resurrection process takes time.
And a heavy toll on the person's soul and body.
But for now,
Thaddeus sits there crossing his arms, nodding in agreement.
For now, just let's
Elka's-
carry her inside, and then
Elka's gonna look at Archer and Elkis, and just to kind of like double check that, you know, resurrecting, I don't remember her name, first is obviously the right thing, because Pavin would throw a hissy fit.
Elkis will look at you and say, Celeste is capable of healing. She is a cleric of sorts. Whether or not she's capable of bringing people back from the dead is a different story, but yeah, Pavin would probably rise from the dead and kill you if you brought him back first.
then it is decided. Help me carry them inside.
I'm gonna pick her up. I can
yeah.
probably pick Celeste up easily by myself.
She's about the same size as you, yeah. So
Yeah, so
And
I'll pick her
I'll,
up and bring her in.
And I'll pick up Pavin.
okay. As you go to pick
And-
up Pavin, Alan will put a hand on your shoulder as Elkis is already casting Levitate on him.
All right.
And he
Well, then I
will.
guess we carry them in and set them on beds.
So resurrection takes an hour.
It does.
And it will take a toll on you casting the spell.
Mhm.
Now it doesn't quite say this. It doesn't say this in the. Does it say it?
It says at the end, until you finish a long rest, you can't cast spells again.
Yeah.
And you have disadvantage on all throws. On
That's the
attack,
person
ability,
coming
and
back
saving.
from the dead, so
No, casting the spell to
Uh,
restore life to a creature that has been dead for more than 1 year or longer taxes you greatly. So no, because she's only been dead for an hour, she's fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
She's going to have a -4 penalty on all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks, though.
All right. Well, we carry them in, we set her on the bed, and I'll start performing the spell.
in that hour, I'm gonna be checking on the rest of my family, my mother, my
Also-
my, you know, like. But I'll be back before the hour is up to help Celeste when she comes back.
Can I'm gonna actually talk to Thaddeus real quick. In character.
Mhm.
Real
So
quick.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna dump another 10 bags of diamond dust just onto, you know, the table for and say to you, in case I am not back by tomorrow,
Wait.
this one will return. But
Hold on. Sorry, I'm thinking about something not character related. It's like, Zach, if I'm given 1,000 GP worth of diamond dust,
Yes.
can I cast a mending on it to reform a diamond?
So mending is a cantrip.
Yes.
And you would have to. How mending works is that you have to mend a surface area. So it doesn't just all reform into a diamond immediately because of a cantrip.
Okay.
You'd have to sit there for
Awesome.
hours and hours.
I've
doing
got you, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
fucking artificers, dude.
That's my artificer.
Fabricate. I can make it back into a diamond.
It's still 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamond, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes,
hey,
it's the
you
same,
saved
but it's
1,000
just in a
gold.
regular
It's
form,
literally
you
the
know?
exact, yeah, it's the exact same thing. He's just changing the form.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, I'll dump the extra another 10 packets. I guess I'll give them to Zane, if he is fabricating them into the single diamond.
So-
And
well,
Hmm?
I can do it this way. It says raw materials,
I
and
legitimately.
it's within a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes. I can do most of them in one shot.
Hell yeah, there you go. It's the most normal use of fabricate I've ever seen you use it before.
I have
Yeah,
another
this is actually
use I
like
was
really
gonna do.
believable.
Yeah, this is absolutely an artificer job. Like, oh, you need them to be actual diamonds? I got you.
Yeah.
I will have radioed my father over the sending stone to let him know the king would like an emissary that's not me, who is on the ground, to come up here.
Malleus will be like, gotcha. Should we bring some relief stuff?
If possible, yes.
Cool, we just got a bunch from those desert dwellers as payment. He'll say with a very darker undertone to his voice.
And bring a chili dog. I'm hungry.
I want chili dog.
What,
then-
fucking Sonic the Hedgehog?
Haha,
Man.
one chili dog.
Yeah. Anyways, so is Weaver, what are you doing?
I'm going to wild shape into giant eagle. I have 7.5 hours of wild shape, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna spend that doing what I can to like search for survivors. I'll ferry Elka back and forth from to the Burning Heart estate.
Okay.
And just generally try to make myself useful.
Okay. Alan will do the same. Seeing as he's a healer and there's not really much he could do here at the house other than play emotional support. He will wild shape, and actually he will go try to find his mother. And he will fly north, he'll fly south with Elka. Elka, when you arrive at the Burning Heart estate, things are shockingly not that bad here. There is some water damage. A couple of the buildings and outbuildings are destroyed. A tree did crash into the main estate, causing some damage. However, when you get there, you see your mother sitting against the giant tree in your estate, cradling one of the children of the various Burning Heart family members. You would recognize this little girl. Actually, you wouldn't recognize this little girl because she was born after you left. She's sitting there calming her down. You see your grandfather tending to one of his wounds. He seems to have broken his arm in the process of trying to adjust, to whatever the fuck was just happening. He has no. You get the general sense, though. I'll also say this for Weavra. There's a heavy cloud of confusion throughout the city. What the fuck just happened? And no one knows, except for you guys. When you land, your mother, Elka, will immediately run up to you and give you a hug, with the child still in her hand, and she'll just, you're alive. Your brother, he was on his way to find you. Are you?
He's being taken care of now at the visitors lane. I'm sure we'll see him tomorrow.
Make a deception check.
Oh, good. I have a +7.
Holy shit.
For deception? Yeah, it doesn't shock me, actually.
I rolled an 11. I rolled a 4, so 11 total.
She rolled a natural 20 with a +12 to insight. And she'll
the roll was for nothing.
She'll just look at you and mother's intuition. She'll just look at you and say, "Oh, honey." And then she'll realize what you mean by being taken care of. Well, I'm sure he's in good hands. We'll see him tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And she will smile.
Celeste also
and she will hug the baby closer. And she's like, don't think you've met this little one. This is Ari. I know that your brother intended to introduce you one of these days. You just didn't know when the best time would be. This is your brother's daughter, so your niece. And it's just this little infant Harangon, big eyes, floppy ears like yours. And she just kind of stares up and looks at you, all innocent. Looks like she had been crying. Looks like she had been crying a little bit because of the confusion and the general, what the hell's happening for a baby's in a big world that's falling right now. You know.
Yeah.
When you pat on her, she'll kind of giggle a little bit. Well, they'll be fine. And she'll kind of like kiss the top of Ari's head. Have you heard from your father? Have you seen him?
Is he with us at the pool? I'm sorry. It's been forever.
Yeah, he was in the chamber outside of the pool, fighting
Okay.
why am I blanking on the name of the fucking monster, the Tarrasque?
Yeah, so I'll just look at her and go, we split up. I haven't seen him since before all of this started happening. I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, okay. All right. And your uncle?
They're both fine.
Okay.
I saw them. They're in the city helping.
I figured they would be. At this point, your grandfather walks over, arm now put up in kind of a makeshift sling. Elka?
Father?
And he'll kind of look at you, not in a judgy way, but in a, And he'll...
Yeah. When he rolls up, I'm going to kind of ruffle forward. I'm very aware that I don't have any more wild shapes.
Yeah.
And I want to use the full 7.5 hours, so I'm not going to transform, but I'm definitely going to be backing Elka up just in case anything goes weird.
He'll notice you doing that, and he'll immediately... You're the one that had the conversation with him, right? I'm trying to... Yeah.
And I, as always, have my turban wild shape.
Yeah, he'll acknowledge that, and he'll kind of put his hand up at you, his good one.
I'll just bow and take a... Not move, but bow.
I will say that while he's not giving me a judging stare, I am giving him one.
Oh, that's completely fair. He'll look at you and just... I'm glad you're alive.
Likewise.
Not entirely untouched, as you can see, but old bones break easy, as they say.
Yes, well, they'll heal as well.
I'm sure they will. And then he will look at you and say, good job. I know you had something to do with whatever this was. And I think praise is in order, whether you want it or not.
I don't think now is the time to talk about this.
Very well. And he will, he'll kind of smile in a weirdly gentle way towards you. You've never seen your grandfather smile at you. It's always been judgy looks from him. but he'll smile, and then the tough guy facade will wash back over him, and he will look at your mother, and then look at you, Vivra, and he'll nod at you, and then he will kind of pat Ari on the head a little bit, very gently, and walk back towards the main house. And as your mother looks on, and you have some more elements of small talk with her checking in on you, making sure you're okay. At this point, Beep, your spell begins to take hold. It becomes immediately apparent to you that I've never casting this spell, that this spell does drain a lot of energy from you. This is the highest level spell you've ever used, and it's starting to come into immediate detail that no wonder these spells are capable of so much magnificent thing, or so many magnificent things. It's taking a bit of a toll on your body, but just like with every resurrection or revivify in this campaign, we're going to be rolling a d20, and I'm going to keep it secret. She needs to roll an 8 or higher, and your spell will take effect. And that's cocked. Okay. God, did you just wake up?
Right when you
I'm
said
just
cock.
sitting here listening.
Oh, you're just like, okay. Your spell begins to take hold, and you feel your effort get poured into the now dead corpse of Celeste. You finish your incantation, and a brief second of a pause takes place, and for a second you feel like maybe you failed, and then a fluttering of eyes happens with the small Harengon woman, and her eyes begin to open. And as she looks around at all of you, she just looks confused, and all she says is, "Where's my husband?" And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Damn.
Because it's 11:05, and I got a dog that's been wanting to go outside for half an hour.
Good job, team. We saved
Fair
2
point.
countries today.
High five!
We saved the world.
For now!
Huzzah.
With the powers of a
And no
pocket
one will
kraken
ever
and
have
nukes.
to die again.
My God, with the power of pocket krakens and the nukes, we can do anything.
The name of the House of Sterling.
The House of Sterling
disowned.
comes back. It's the
I'm going to rename this episode to Artificer Bullshit.
artificer bullshit.
Listen,
and
I'm not the
resurrection.
one who gave us a pocket kraken. I was just handed the polymorph.
Yeah,
That's true.
That was
That's true.
I
did it. I did the
that was,
polymorph.
that was a beep thing, yeah. All right, well, thanks
Good
for
night,
playing.
everybody. I gotta be up in the morning.
All right, buddy, have a good
Me
night.
too.
Uh,
Good night.
I'll see y'all.
All right, you guys have a lovely rest of your night. Thank you for playing. I'm
You too.
gonna hop out of here as soon as I wrap up. So I will catch you guys next time.
All right. I'll
See
you.
ya.
Have a good one.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. I wish we could have streamed this, but obviously situational issues. My internet blipped once during that. I don't know if hopefully the recording's fine, but yeah. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next week. And look forward to the first episode of the Tomb of Horrors. So every time we don't stream this campaign, we're going to stream the Tomb of Horrors. Sounds good? Okay. That is assuming I'm available. If I'm available, we're streaming Tomb of Horrors. So, okay. Have a lovely night. Peace out. Bye.